Assalamu alaikum everyone. Okay, so as I said in my last video, we are going to study related angles in this chapter, isn't it now? So, related angles, first type of angle you are going to study is complementary angle. Okay, when do you say the angles are complementary? Okay, so I've told we are going to learn see the relation between two angles. All right, so whenever some two angles are given, all right, so you say that these two angles are complementary only when the sum of these two angles, if it is 90 degrees, okay, you call them as complementary angle. Okay, some of the measures of these angles. For example, I have here one angle is 30 degrees and the other angle is 60 degrees. So if I add 30 and 60 degrees, I will get exactly 90 degrees, isn't it? So you will say that 30 degrees and 60 degrees are complementary angles. Okay. Now tell me, if I take I have two angles, something like this. Okay, this is 20 degrees and the other is also some 20 degrees. Okay, so are these two angles complementary? No. Why? Because 20 plus 20, when you add these two, sum of these two angles, it is just 40 degrees. If it is 90 degrees, then you will say that it is complementary. So since these are sum of these two angles, it is 40 degrees, you don't call them as complementary angle. Okay. I hope you understood this. So what are complementary angles? The angles which two angles whichever is given, if you sum those two angles, and if we get the sum of the measures of the angles as 90 degrees, okay, then we call them as complementary angles. All right, so let me take some examples on this complementary angle. So now I have the pair of angles, okay, in the box 1 and 2 we have pairs of angles. So out of these pairs 1, 2 and 3, tell me which are complementary angles. Okay, so what is complementary angles? Sum of the measures of the angles. If it is 90, you say call them as complementary angle. Now see, here we have pair of angles. One angle is 110 degree, okay, and the other angle is what, 30 degree. So if you add 110 and 30, it is going to be 140. So this is not a complementary angle. What about the second pair of angle? You have 90 plus 90. So even this can be complementary angle, because sum of two angles, it should be 90. Here single angle only, it is giving you 90. So two right angles we can see. Okay, so this is not a complementary. Check about this. One is 80 degree, okay, and the other one is 10 degree. So 80 plus 10 is 90 degree. So your third set or pair of angles are complementary. Okay, I hope it is very clear, and it's very simple and easy to understand. There's nothing difficult in this, isn't it? So sometimes your question will be given like you need to find they will already give you that they are complementary angles. Okay, only one angle will be given, you need to find the other angle. Okay, for example, if I have in your exercise itself, second part, if that is given that one angle is 25 degrees, okay, so normally you have you need to find the complements of the given angle. Okay, or find the complementary angle of the following they have asked. So one angle is given, it is said that it is complementary. That means the other angle which you are unknown, it is question mark. Okay, so sum of those two will be 90 degrees. So we want to find what is the angle at this point. That is, you can take this as some x, isn't it? Let one other angle be x, unknown angle, it is bx, isn't it? So if I take 25 plus x, okay, 25 degrees plus x degrees is equal to 90 degrees. So my x will be equal to 90 minus 25. So the complementary pair of your 25 degrees will be, yes, what is 90 minus 25? It is 65. Therefore complementary pair, okay, of complementary pair of 25 is 65, isn't it? So when you add together 25 plus 65, you will get 90, isn't it? This you will write it according to the rule of complementary angle. Okay, let me take one more example for this. If I have an angle given, okay, is 55 degrees, what is the complementary pair of this? So the unknown angle, if I take this other angle, if I take it as y, okay, now this 55 plus y is equal to 90 degrees because it's a complementary angle, so complementary pair. So my y will be equal to 90 minus 55. Okay, so whatever you answer you get, that is the pair of complementary pair of 55. All right. Okay. Now I think it's very clear. Complementary angle, you don't maybe you will not have any doubt about it. Okay, complementary means you should not have any doubt that it if you add two angles, okay, given the sum of two angle measures given, if it is giving you 90 degrees, you call it as a complementary angle. All right, so let's move on to the next angle type. The next type of related angle is supplementary angle. Okay, so what is supplementary angle? It is sum of the measures of angle should be 180 degree. Okay, so in complementary, the sum of the measures, that is sum of two angles given, if it is 90, it is complementary. When do you call it supplementary angles? If the sum of the angles given, it is 180 degrees, then you call it as a supplementary angle. Okay, for example, here it is 100 degree and 80 degree. So 100 plus 80 is what? 180. Therefore 100 and 80 are supplementary pair. Okay, that is supplementary angle. They are supplementary angles. Okay, if in the same way like how we did for your this complementary angle, you will get the same type of questions for supplementary angle as well. Okay, let's see 2 to 3 problems of your exercise for your supplementary angle. Okay, there's nothing difficult again. Complementary, it is sum should give you 90 degrees. For supplementary, it is sum of the angles should be 180 degrees. Okay, so if I have the given pair of angle as angle 120 degrees and the other as 100 degree. Okay, so just tell me, are they supplementary angles? Yes, 120 plus 100 is equal to how much? It is 220, isn't it? So we can't say that 120 and 100 are not supplementary. Okay, so now tell me if I have a pair of angle like 120 degree and 60 degree, are they supplementary? 120 plus 60 is equal to how much? it is 180. So 180 degrees. So your 120 degrees and 60 degrees are supplementary. Okay. Okay, and now you tell me, I want to ask you some question. See, like how we did for acute angle, the same you will have, we will do one example. Okay, I have one angle as 105. Okay, so this 105, they're asking us to find the supplementary angle to 105. So the angle which is unknown, let's take it as x. Okay, unknown angle, unknown is, we are taking it as x degrees. Therefore, since we know that they are saying to find us the supplementary to 105 degrees, so I will take 105 degrees plus x degrees equal to 180 degrees. Okay, because already it is mentioned in the question, they asked us to find the supplementary angle to 105. So obviously, if I'll take the other angle as 180 minus 105. Okay, so tell me, what is your 180 minus 5 is 105 is, it is going to be 75, isn't it? 75 degrees. So supplementary pair for 105 is 75 degrees. You want to verify 105 plus 75, it is how much? It is 180 degrees. Okay, so supplementary pair of 105 is 75 degrees. Okay, so the rest are your this thing for your homework. Okay, do it in your class book for exercise 3. Okay, let me do the third problem. See, in the third problem they have asked two acute angles. Okay, two acute angles can form a pair of supplementary. They're asking us why. They are asking us to justify that. Okay, supplementary angles, justify. Tell me, why is it not possible? They can't form a pair of supplementary angle. First of all, what is your acute angle? Acute angle is what? The angle if it is less than 90 degrees, isn't it? So your acute angle is always less than 90 degrees. Okay, so if I take less than one angle as something 85 degrees, okay, and the other as 89 degrees, so acute angle is less than 90 degrees. So if I take the extreme end of your this thing acute, that is 89. Okay, so if you take 90, it becomes right angle. Okay, so acute 89 is also an acute angle. It is very near to your right angle. Okay, so if I add these together, 85 plus 89, how much you will get? 85, 89, okay, 16, 17, 174. This is equal to 174. This 174 is less than 180 degrees, isn't it? If you take suppose both 89, 89, okay, because acute angle is less than 90 degrees, isn't it? So if I take both the angles 89, 89, how much you will get? You will get one. You will almost get this as how much? 18. This is 9 and 18, 6, 17, 178. Okay, so just two angles are less to become it a supplementary. Therefore, your acute angles can't form. Okay, two acute angles can't form supplementary pair. Okay, can't form supplementary, isn't it? I hope you understood this. Alright, so in today's class we have studied about complementary pair, that is complementary angle, supplementary angle. Complementary angle is sum of two angles, are measures of two angles. If you sum them, it should be 90 degrees. Supplementary is what? Sum of the angles. If it is 180 degrees, then you call them as supplementary angles. So now I will just give some introduction to the adjacent angle, the next angle, next related angle. After that we will stop here and we will discuss in depth about this in the next video. Okay, so now supplementary and complementary is clear for you. What is adjacent angle now? Okay, so an angle, two angles are said to be adjacent if you have these this thing. Okay, so these three properties, or that particular intersection of line should have these three properties. Okay, first is two angles which are forming. Okay, they should have a common vertex. Okay, when I'm intersecting three lines, okay, so if it should have a common vertex. This is a common vertex for these three lines. Okay, so it is forming angle. If I take this vertex as 0, this is ABC. So angle AOC is 1. Okay, and for angle BOC is also O, common vertex, isn't it? And AC, AOC, AOB, for all it is common vertex is O. Okay, first thing is it should have common vertex, and the second is common arm. See, common arm in this is what? For angle AOB and angle BOC, you have common arm OB. Okay, so first thing is it should have common vertex, and the second thing is it should have common arm. So if I take angle AOB and angle BOC, okay, it has common vertex. So first two rules, these two angles, it'll accept. And the third rule it is a bit tricky to just understand, but you can understand it easily. Okay, that is non-common arms on either side. So in the next video, when I take an example of this, you will clearly understand what does this statement means. Okay, non-common arms should be there on the either side of the angle. Okay, so in the next class I will talk about this. Okay, for now, for adjacent angle, two angles to be adjacent, so you should have common vertex. First point you need to fulfill is, and the other one is there should be a common arm, like how it is there for OB is there, common arm is there OB for angle AOB and BOC. Okay, angle AOB and angle BOC. Okay, I think let's stop here for today. Until we meet again with a new video or on the Zoom meeting, I would like to take off from you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.